All right, guys, so when I talk about eliminating the shoulders, generally who I'm talking to are hitters who have been in the weight room for a while. You know, they've built up a lot of muscle mass, and when they're thinking, you know, do something hard, so like swing hard, throw hard, whatever it might be, they tend to think of that like they're throwing a bar on their back and trying to squat, you know, 450 pounds or bench press 275, right? So the result of that is a lot of muscle tension and trying to kind of force their way through the movement. But the difference is, you know, when swinging or doing any higher speed movement, that's not actually what we want. Right, if we're fully tensed throughout our body, that's going to limit the degrees of freedom that we have. And so we're just kind of gonna move our whole body as one. And that's really what we see when guys allow the shoulders to be the driver of the swing. Is instead of proper segmentation happening where, you know, the torso is going to decelerate and then the barrel is actually going to whip out in front and finish the swing. Right, instead of that happening, what we really see is a lack of degrees of freedom where everything just spins at once and there's no segmentation happening there. So those are the guys that generally have the ability to hit the ball harder and farther than they are, and just telling them to swing hard or try to hit it far isn't necessarily going to create that for them, right? We need to create a different context for them to work in that's going to give them a different result than, you know, what they're currently getting. So a couple different things that I'll do for guys that tend to be more shoulder dominant is I posted the video up earlier in this article of JD Martinez and some of the work that he does. But basically what we see him doing is, you know, kind of locking his lower half into the ground, right? He's still getting a little bit of rhythm with it, but he's really just focusing on how his barrel is going to work around his spine. So one thing to be aware of when doing this drill is getting too handsy, right? We don't want to just throw the knob here and, you know, push our swing out in front here, right? We don't want this to happen, but we do want to be able to feel the barrel kind of working around the spine or around the shoulders. So we're still going to rotate, right? This backside is still going to be taken through like that, but instead of pulling it around with this front shoulder here, which is going to throw off our barrel direction, right? If we just do this, everything is going left. We're going to hook a lot of balls to pull side, hit a lot of pull side ground balls. Instead of pulling it through with that front shoulder and then finishing there, we're trying to really kind of drive our backside through our front side and deliver through the middle of the field, right? So if I'm here, instead of pulling left, right, we're trying to deliver with that backside and stay through the middle of the field. And again, JD Martinez is a great example of that, and you can see it in his, you know, actual game swing, where so he gets a little bit of separation here, right? And then when he comes through though, upon his finish, you can see him physically kind of stay centered, right, with his head, with his torso, and his arms are going to finish across here. Instead of, you know, yanking left, he's able to really feel this happening right here, where his actual arms, where his barrel is working around the spine. So, you know, an easy way to assess this of like, hey, do I kind of tend to bail out on pitches that are in or pitches that I feel like I've been beaten on, right, is to look at kind of positioning at contact. So from the front, what we're looking for is this torso, or our torso, to still be kind of like on line with the pitch, right? We're not we haven't rotated left to get our barrel here, but instead we're still here like we're on the pitch, and then the barrel is actually able to get out in front here and get where it needs to go. So working that up and in pitch is a great way to kind of test and see, one, do I tend to bail out, do I tend to spin on those up and in pitches? And then two, it's a great way to go ahead and work on that if it's a problem for you.